general advice would you give to students about to study at university?
General advice I'd give to students. So my general piece of advice is to just make the most out of your time there. Don't just go there to study a degree and graduate. That is a big waste of time. You're literally going there and you're paying 9.25K a year. Make sure you make your mark. Make sure you do something that you're going to be proud of when you grow up. And at this age, you know, your time isn't as valuable as it's going to be in the future. In the future, you're going to be working a job. You're not going to be able to have as much expendable, time. So use this time to build your skills, improve yourself, and find out what makes you tick, in a sense, to find your passion. And it sounds very wishy-washy, but the way that you kind of do that is by just exploring different things that you enjoy. So if you realize that, okay, when I was at secondary school, I really enjoyed economics and business and finance, make the effort to go and, go to different events that are related to it, or go to different societies, or speak to people that have similar interests. University is literally a central hub of people that have passion for a particular subject. So you can find people in everything. And just to further that, just make sure you do things that you are enjoying with regards to your own personal development. So again, not just like thinking, oh, I want to be like, oh, economics is cool, but think about things that, like, you like in general. I want to be a better musician. I want to be better at sports. So yeah, just generally, like, it's not, my advice is, don't think of it as, oh, I need to just get the top marks. Like, obviously that's very important. Everyone knows that already, but think of it as, okay, well, as an adjunct to this, I also need to develop my other skills, my other personal skills, my other passions that I've wanted to develop in my own time.
Okay. What advice would you give to students wanting to study at your university?
So for people that want to study my university, best thing I'd say is probably read up on the guidelines and the entry requirements. That's the number one thing I'd say. Especially for dentistry, like, there's certain requirements that you need to have, like particular entrance exams, like the UCAT. You need to get particular grades, X, Y, Z. Additionally, other things that I'd recommend if you're going to go to King's is to start understanding like the anatomy of the university, because you have like different campuses. So make sure you're at a campus that you like and it's in an area that's easy for you to reach. That'll probably be my best piece of advice.
And what about students who are actually want advice to actually be a student at the university? Because you talked about it's a little bit competitive. Is there anything you can like pre-warn them about actually studying at the uni?
Speak to older years. That's my number one piece of advice. So make sure you talk to people that have done what you've done already. So if you're going in as a first year, make friends with the second years, or talk to people. They'll have like a Google Drive somewhere that has some notes that you can use. Like, everything that's been taught to you has been taught before. So don't waste your time remaking notes that have already been made. Use the resources that you have, and that will make your life so much easier. It saves you time, makes it easier to study, makes you have a much better life.
And what advice would you give to students wanting to study your course at university?
Watch my YouTube channel. No, but on a real note, if you actually want to study the course at this university, my best piece of advice is to make sure that you engage in all of the extra things that are related to dentistry, because dentistry is a very, 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 very broad subject. Obviously, a lot of people just, in a funny way, think it's just teeth, which it is basically just teeth, but there's a lot within teeth and there's a lot within the specialties that you have to go down. So make sure that you take advantage of going to different events. As I mentioned, like the Dental Society, go to a lot of conferences. They're all free, right? Just go to the free ones. And especially because you're in London, like, speak to your professors, speak to the people that are there, and try and gain some extra insight into how you can become the best dentist you can be and how you can be the best entrepreneur you can be.